She says, "Fuck you and your dad and the fact that you got half, and my broken
Oh.
heart that turned this shit into art. Fuck you and your friends that'll never see again. Everybody but your dog, he could all fuck off."
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
let's go.
it's so true. I'm the storyteller, dropping the realness from my experience.
HLS in the building. Me and Boundaries, we ain't never been friends.
Yeah, it's the logical genius. I don't think you're ready for this knowledge I'm about to drop.
You are now listening to
My 5 cents.
My 5 Cents.
My 5 Cent Podcast. Welcome to another episode of the My 5 Cents Podcast. Let me go ahead and introduce the cast of characters. To my left, I got HLS.
Habitual line stepper in the building. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, ready to slay it once again.
Oh yeah, you know, another episode, another location. Let's do it. And to my bottom, I got the logical genius.
What's up, everybody? The logical one is back. I am ready for another episode.
And welcome to another episode of the My 5 Cents Podcast, the family debate show where we take in perspectives and use the art of persuasion to just create this beautiful blend of just podcastry. I just made up that word. How y'all
Podcastry.
feeling this
I
week?
think so.
That might be legit. It might be legit, though.
That might be legit.
Yeah.
You know, y'all talking about that stand in the dictionary, podcastry. Ask about me. How y'all doing this week, fellas?
Good, man. Another emotional topic for today, man. Emotional.
Yeah, I'm
Yo,
very
I was in my
emotional.
bag. I'm not gonna lie. I was in my bag.
There are some songs out there that hit. They really hit, and it pulls on the
a lot.
heartstrings.
Yeah. Once again, the My 5 Cents Podcast, we defy our own rules, and we're going with the topic of top breakup songs of all time. This is how we're celebrating post Valentine's Day.
Yo, so here's the thing, right? Valentine's Day is great. A lot of people are in love and happy and all that other good stuff. But let's be honest, a lot of people aren't. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people didn't get what they want for Valentine's Day. This happened, that happened, and people are breaking up. So we're here to celebrate, if you want to say that word, those
Break.
those are ending of relationships. They don't belong together. They don't belong together. So you have to celebrate the end.
Yes. So this episode is for you, and to help us ring that in is our guest, who is a rising star in the hip hop and R&B world, making waves as both an artist and actress. Hailing from the South, our guest's love for music began at a young age, and she has consistently pursued her passions with determination and talent. She has already achieved notable milestones in her career, including performing at the legendary Apollo Theater and singing the national anthem at an NFL game while she was in high school. As a signed artist with Red Room Records, an independent label based in Virginia Beach, Virginia, our guest is poised to make a big impact on the music scene. Keep an eye on this multifaceted artist as she continues to rise up to the top. Please welcome to the My 5 Cents Podcast, Kiara Shante. Welcome.
What's up,
Hey,
Kiara?
thank you. What's going
Thank
on? How y'all
you.
feeling?
Thank you so much for coming onto the show. Let
Happy
me
to be
start.
here.
Yes, let me start you off with the icebreaker. Kiara, what is your
Okay.
superpower and how has it assisted you in your journey?
Oh, wow. My superpower. I feel like my superpower is just being authentically myself without fear of anything. Like nothing fears me of just being myself. You can get so far with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
in the music industry, do you find it difficult to be authentically you, especially with whatever trend might be happening out there in the world? Do you feel it to be difficult to be authentically you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, people create trends, some people follow them. I think it's all about having fun and just making things yours, like making it personal. That way it just doesn't seem like it's just the same thing as everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
With your many talents, right? With acting and singing, kind of piggyback off what Juve said, being authentically yourself. Do you feel like because you sing R&B, you have to fit a certain mold, right? You have to like represent yourself a certain way, sing song a certain way. How does that tie into being who you are, but still staying true to the art form?
I feel like you can only be true to your art form is if
Mm,
you are true to yourself. And then I also feel like at one point in time, I feel like there was a mold that you had to fit into, but nowadays, I mean, the spectrum for R&B music is so broad and you have so many different walks of life creating R&B music. So I don't feel like I have to fit into any mold. I feel like it's easy to just be who I am.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
and
dope.
actually, want to follow up on that because we've had conversations or debates in this show in the past about like with episode with Donnie Klang, and the topic was R&B, super group, fantasy group, female R&B fantasy group, and where HLS had this group that had artists from other quote unquote genres,
Genres. Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep.
And there was a debate on whether or not would you consider this person R&B or not. Uh, Do you think these labels now with like R&B, hip hop, pop, country, whatever, do you think it's relevant nowadays?
I really feel like I feel like you create the genre with how it makes you feel. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to a really good love song or breakup song, for instance, and you just feel that that is the rhythm and the blues, you know what I mean? Then that's what it is. But if you listen to it and receive it in a different, I think it's just about how you receive it. Like I don't really know how to explain that, but I feel like it's how you receive it, what genre it really is. I mean, you're gonna have people that are going to identify it as however they feel like it, or
Mhm.
put people are always put into a bubble, you
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
know?
Can can a rapper be a pop star?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you ask that?
No, I asked that because I felt like we had that debate on another episode. I'm trying to remember which one. That that certain people kind of transcended their original genre and became so popular because pop music is just popular music, right? That's what it
Mhm.
stands for, right? If you kind of like Drake, I would say is a pop star. I wouldn't just
He's
put him in a rap
definitely a pop
category, right?
star.
Like
Yeah.
he transcended his original genre, so to speak, and became this international behemoth. And now I would say he's a pop star.
I wonder if this is done more so on the label standpoint where they're doing it so that you can kind of win in certain categories, right? Like when it comes to awards and Grammys and
Mm.
stuff like that. Because if there were no categories, it's everyone versus everybody. Do you have any insight on that, Kara? Like in terms of dealing with any
Yeah.
labels on your end?
For me personally, like take Chris Brown for instance. When he came out, he was singing R&B music.
Hmm.
Then he started rapping. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's a rapper now." But he's one of the biggest pop artists in the whole world right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, like, period. I'm not gonna say right now, just period. Um, but he makes R&B music, so yeah, that should be categorized or recognized in this category of music. Or he does make rap music. Like the song he did with Look at Me Now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yes, they some of the songs are categorized as whatever genre, but the artists themselves are they shouldn't be, just limited to that one thing.
I mean, it's so subjective, right? Music in itself is just so super subjective. Where, like, in terms of the artistry and the fan, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of what you make it.
Yeah. So, Kara, let me ask you this: you performed in front of crowds before. What was it like performing at the Apollo Theater? How was that? How was that experience? Because it could be, you've seen videos online and YouTube videos of how the crowd can be unruly or they can
Oh
support the hell out of
man.
you, right?
Oh
Depending on how you,
yes.
they'll let you know, like they'll keep it real.
So I think I was like 14 or 15
Wow.
actually. And they put me in the adult category. I was not
Wow.
expecting that. I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Like but I was afraid because the woman who went up before me, she did poetry and they booed her down. And like we were talking a lot in the backstage area. Um first off, just being in there was amazing because what? Do you know how many legends touched that stage? And I got to touch
Mhm.
that stage and the tree and all of that. Like that was amazing, just the feeling. But I didn't get booed. Praise because I was terrified. And I was a little under the weather that weekend too, which usually happens right before I have a performance. And I sang Through the Rain by Mariah Carey and whew, I made it. I didn't win, but I made it. Nobody booed me. I made it all the way to the end because I did not want to see the Sandman.
Man, you're like the second guest who has mentioned someone else getting booed off of that stage there.
Woo.
My goodness.
Right before me, I was just like,
Yeah, that's tough to see at 14 years old. And from your
yes.
perspective, you were like, "Oh my gosh, she was so good," and all of a sudden, boo! Like, wait, what? Wait, they're booing that, and I thought it was good. No.
I was like, man, it does look way smaller in person than it
Hmm.
does on
Yeah.
TV. Because growing up, I was like, wow. Then when I got in there, I was like,
That's it.
what? Yeah.
So you've been in high pressure moments. I see that you performed the national anthem at an NFL game. Now,
Yeah.
how stressful is it to remember the words? Because so often we see people bumble up the words on it.
So often.
Well, back then I was singing at a lot of like school sports games and things like that. So if I had stumbled across the words, that would have been crazy. But I was like outside of myself when that was a whole different type of experience to
It's a
have. Like,
spectacle.
listen, there was a lot of people there, and like I saw myself on the.
The Jumbotron?
Oh
Yes, I was just like,
boy.
oh my god, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty
That's dope.
cool.
Did they have
Yeah.
like the jets flying over afterward? Did they do any of that stuff? Because usually they
They
do.
had the whole like the color guard and all that stuff
Oh,
out there. They
wow.
presented the color. It was dope. I never you watch the football game, but you don't see the beginning or the in
Well, people
between
don't watch.
like
Yeah,
that.
bother.
Yeah, so it was just being down on the field is huge. I felt like an ant. It
Mhm.
was so cool though. Yeah.
Yeah. Memories.
So you, as an independent artist for Red Room Records, what is the next step for you? What is the next level of your evolution?
Oh, the evolution is happening right now. Like
Is this an
I
exclusive?
have
Yeah, do tell.
um I'm going into my second year with Reverend Records. Um they have become a family to me. I'm not from Virginia, so um like my development as an artist has been amazing. I appreciate all the feedback I've gotten from people about it who's seen me perform, when I first got to Virginia in 2019. Um, Compared to now, like it's a whole nother level and it's getting crazier and crazier. But yeah, it's gonna be this year is gonna be something else. I don't really wanna it's gonna
Okay.
be big
Hey,
for the
follow her
whole
on IG
team.
and get the announcement, people.
Yeah, we can't wait to see
Yeah.
it.
The whole team is stepping real crazy already. So yeah.
Good, good.
That's dope.
So, being an independent artist, I know that it comes with its challenges. How do you, as an artist, get over the barriers and some of the heartache that you may get as you're evolving?
Um, just trying to make sense of it for real, because I mean, it can get very frustrating, but it's all necessary. So, while you're going through it, you're not like, oh, this is necessary. You're like, why is this happening? But, you do have to sit down and think about why it's happening and, you know, think about what you're preparing yourself for and what the universe is preparing you for and why it's going to be tough sometimes and easy other times. So, I mean, I think that my skin is a little bit thicker than it would have been had I not like grown up doing this, and getting turned away and hearing all the no's and stuff like that. I feel like I'm at this point I'm unstoppable.
Okay. Well, it's time to prepare you for what the universe has for you next. So we'll see how unstoppable you are in the next segment. So, logical genius, go ahead and explain the next segment to our guest.
All right, Kara. We've established your credibility with the audience. So what we're going to do next is each of us, HLS, Sosajuve, and myself, will give you our 5 cents, our top 5 best breakup songs of
Okay.
all time, all time. You, being our guest, is now the judge, and you have to decide which one of us has the best list. You're gonna let us know who's in third place because we have to laugh at the loser. We don't
Absolutely.
give a we don't give a damn about second place
Not at
because it is
all.
Mr. Irrelevant is second place, and we want to know who has the number one list, numero uno.
The
Okay.
champion. And HLS, please explain to our lovely guest what is the criteria for judging?
So, Kira, we kind of touched upon it a little bit before, where, like, as an individual, you don't have to fit inside a box, right? As an
Right.
artist, you don't have to fit. Same thing here. There is no box to fit in. There's no criteria.
Nada.
None.
Whatever you decide is up. You might like the fact that I might sing my list, and that's why you choose me as number one.
Oh my gosh. What you're going to hate is it's actually going to be the worst version of HLS, which is spoken word
Oh
HLS.
God.
That's why I was dreading.
Spoken word.
I was dreading this episode because
Spoken
once when we do these singing, these music ones, we get spoken
You're
word
such a hater.
HLS.
You're such a
And you're
hater.
going to
FCC emails us and says, "Yo, don't have a anymore." Like they don't even care about the cursing at that point. They're like, "Just
Such
don't
a
have."
hater. Haters.
just
That's what I
remember
deal
that
with all the
booing
time.
sound. Just remember
Oh
that booing sound from the
no.
Apollo Theater. You might get a relapse.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just be
I
glad.
don't
You know, you were saying
remember.
you were having technical issues. I couldn't hear him earlier before we started taping. Be glad that you can't really hear him now. So be appreciative of that.
Haters. The hate is
no.
so real with you guys.
But honestly, it is
Terrible.
completely up to you, whatever the
Okay.
criteria is.
But you have to decide. Your first decision is you get to decide who goes first.
Oh man. Oh, okay. All right, pick a number 1 through 20.
I picked 7.
11.
8.
The number was 13.
So,
I'm
so
at
Ju-
11.
I go
Juke
first?
on 11. Go first.
All right. In the building. Oh my goodness. This one right here. Oh man. It was
Emotion.
a list. Yeah, it was a list that started off with 50, as I know a thing or two about heartbreak. But when it comes to heartbreak, it's not about numbers, it's about a story. And as the storyteller of this podcast, I'm going to give you my 5 cent story on the top breakup songs.
this guy and his stories.
Yes. At number 5, in order to have a breakup story, you got to break up. And the top breakup song is I Will Always Love You. And I'm going to go with the Whitney Houston version because people think it's all cute and sweet because all you keep hearing is those powerful ballad, that voice, that power voice, talk about I Will Always Love You. But if you listen to the words, she starts off with, if I should stay, I would only be in your way. This is like the ultimate cliche, right? It's not you, it's me. That's where Whitney took it to. Verse 2, bittersweet memories. That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye. And you can see the guy wanted to say something, and she gives the high pitch, please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need. Ugh, that is number 5. You
She gave
have
him
the
the
breakup.
Heisman. Whitney gave
Oh,
out the Heisman.
oh, he was about to talk. Please don't cry. Just remember that. At number 4, because we were broken up in such a vicious way, we are now in the denial phase. And that is End of the Road by Boyz II Men. And I'm going to sing for you. There is a part of it where it goes, girl, I'm here for you. All those times at night when you just hurt me, and just ran out with that other fella? Baby, I knew about it. I just didn't care. You just don't understand how much I love you, do you? I'm here for you. Mm. End
We're
of the
back
road.
as Michael McCary. We're back.
End of
Not the
end. Mm.
The McDouble.
It's a theme. It's a theme with social truth.
I'm telling you. Now we're in
McBundle?
denial.
At the end of the road, they're going to McDonald's. So that's where the end of the road
That's
takes them.
it. We're gonna make bundle up. So after you've been through the denial phase, you are now angry. You're in the angry phase. And there's nothing more angry than Alanis Morissette. You ought to know. That I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. And then as the band kicks in, her energy rises with it. She talks about going down on him in the theater. She is upset. I went down on you in the theater with the popcorn all stale.
No.
And you left me. Yeah, and you left me. And then, of course, I think the best line is it, does she know how you told me you'd hold me until you died, but you're still alive, and I'm here. That, number 3. Number 2, when it comes to breaking up, yeah, you went through all of these things, but then there's the relapse. Yep, you end up going back. And I got X Factor from Lauryn Hill. No matter how I think we grow, you always seem to let me know it ain't working. It ain't working. And when I try to walk away, you'd hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy. That's the relapse. And then at number 1, you finally have relief. You finally got over it. And that is Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. It is the ultimate roll the windows down, let that wind, and you just sing, scream at the top of your lungs. Since you've been gone. How can I put it? You put me on. I even fell for that stupid love song. Yeah. Since you've been gone. And that right there is my list. My 5 cents on the topic. Who would you like to hear from next, Kiara?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Well, Logical Genius was
Me.
closer to 13.
Yeah.
All right, I can go next. All right, Kira, that was an interesting list story that So-So Ju.
List story.
Yeah. So here's my logic. I always approach this list making because we're talking about top 5, right? It's my 5 cents, but it's top 5 all time that represents the entire human race. Now, Juve went over the stages of a breakup, the very stages of a breakup. My concept was the different type of breakups. So at number 5, I'm calling this it's cool, but you know what? I'm over you. I'm better without you anyway. And I also have Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. I can breathe for the first time. Like, oh, what a relief that you're out of my life. I'm not that hurt over it. I'm good.
Absolutely.
Let's move on. So that's number 5 for me. At number 4, I call this the quintessential rage song. Like, oh, how dare you leave me? How dare you break up with me? I have at number 4, You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette. I mean, it's the escalation of that song, right? Starts off slow, like, okay, yeah, I'm cool. You could tell the attitude, like she was being, sarcastic with it and whatever, and then she just blows up in that song. So everyone knows this song. Everyone can relate to this song because everyone's probably had that type of breakup. So the quintessential rage song of like, oh, screw you. You want to leave me? Screw you. At number 3, I have a song where I call this the I Miss You So Much It Hurts song. I have a song called, it's been covered multiple times, Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine when you're gone, only darkness. Like that, it just hurts. Like the emotion in that song, for a song that came out in 1970s, it's it's been covered so many times. It's still relevant now. It's just a powerful, powerful song where a relationship ended, whether you wanted to or not, and you just couldn't let go of that person. It just hurt so much without that person. Everyone's been through that as well. At number two, I have the, you know what, this relationship isn't good for us. It's just not going to work. It can't happen. And I also have I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. You've mentioned it. Please don't cry. We know I'm not what you need.
No, it's please don't cry.
You it can't work out. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Everyone's had that type of relationship, that type of breakup. And at number one, Kira, I'm gonna go with Sweeter Deedle Deedle Dee Dee. I don't mean to hurt you, baby. So this album by this artist is one of my favorite R&B albums of all time. Front to back, first song to last song, I loved every single song, and I every now and then I'll put it on there and just get flashbacks of heartbreaks. But this song is
That's a good one.
this song is the I love her, but I need to end this because I don't want to hurt her song, right? Everyone's been in that relationship where you're like, I really love this person, but I know I'm gonna hurt her if I stay with her. So I'm gonna be the good person and end it. So it's Where I Want to Be by Donnell Jones. And Kiara, that is my 5 cents.
That was a good list.
Thank you. Thank you. HLS, you're up.
Interesting list, fellas. Interesting list.
Lower the mic volume, Kiara. Lower the mic volume.
So
Apologies.
No.
here's
For him.
nah. Logic
You
is
don't want to
just
hear him
trying to
singing. You don't want to hear him singing.
No, it's not going to be singing, Kiara. It's not even singing. It's
Listen.
spoken word.
Listen. So
You have a cat, right? It's gonna sound like a screeching cat. That's what it is.
Yikes. Oh, when she's in
So-
heat, Lordy Jesus.
It's just gonna sound like a cat in heat. Yep, exactly. That's a
Oh,
perfect
Lord.
description of this.
so here's the thing, right? So my list has, except for one of them, has a common theme, and I think the theme is pain. The theme is hurt, and I think we've all been in a place where we've sung these songs, where we felt this hurt, where we felt this pain. So number 5, a lot of times people think like breakup songs are like, ballads and all this passion, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes you got to get the frustration out, right? There's a song by a band from New Jersey. It goes by this: shot through the heart and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. I played my part and you played your game. You've given love a bad name. Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's at number 5. They rock that song out. You go to like O'Flanagan's pub. You go
not
O'Shaughnessy's
Not
you go to O'Shaughnessy's pub, and there's somebody singing that song at open mic night, at karaoke. The whole bar is singing that song. Everybody knows that.
Oh, to the Irish people, we apologize. HLS. To
At
Irish
number
listeners.
4, huge song. A lot of people compare this guy to Michael Jackson. Goes by the name of Usher. And Usher had a song a couple years ago. It's called Burn. It's gonna hurt for me to say this, but it's coming from my heart. It's been a long time coming, but we been fell apart. I really want to work these out, but I don't think you're gonna change. I do, but you don't. I think it's best we go our separate ways. Usher's tired of this bitch. Tired.
Yikes.
Wow.
Tired. Number 3. So ironically, Soso Juve indirectly kind of put me onto this guy. He mentioned the song by him a couple episodes ago, and I'm like, let me tune into this guy. And he has this one song, and he's like, yo, I'm done. He goes by the name of Sam Smith. Sam Smith has a song, says 2 good at goodbyes. You must think I'm stupid. You must think I'm a fool. You must think I'm new to this, but I've seen all this before. I'm never gonna let you get close to me, even though you mean the most to me. Because every time I open up, it hurts. So I'm never gonna get close to you, because even when I mean the most to you, in case you go and leave me in the dirt. But every time you turn and hurt me, the less that I cry. Every time you leave me, the quicker these tears dry. And every time you walk out, the less I love you. Baby, we don't stand a chance. It's sad, but it's true. Too
Spoken
good
word
at
HLS,
goodbyes.
everybody. Spoken word HLS, everybody. This is what I mean.
Where's the gong? Where's the gong at? Let me gong
Oh
it
my
real
No,
quick.
not the
gosh.
gong.
What's-
And number two, I'm surprised these guys don't have this on this list. I mean, it was written by a man. I don't know if everybody knows this. The song was written by a man. He said it is inspired by one of his aunts. And he gave the song to a woman who goes by the name of Beyonce. Irreplaceable. Written by Neo. Everything you own is in the box to the left. In the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, please don't touch. You can keep talking that mess, that's fine. But could you walk and talk at the same time? And that's my name on that Jag. So remove your bags. Let me call you a cab. Number two, Irreplaceable by Beyonce. Everyone sung that song. Every woman sung the song at least once in their life.
That's a fact.
And at number one, I have the ultimate breakup song. And these guys said the artist before, but not this song. She kind of tweaked the lyrics after her ultimate breakup, which is her divorce. The artist is by Kelly Clarkson, and the song is A, B, C, D, E, F, U. She says, fuck you and your dad and the fact that you got half and my broken heart that turned this shit into art. Fuck you and your friends that'll never see again. Everybody but your dog, he could all fuck off. If that's not the ultimate breakup song, I don't know what is. And that, Kira, is my 5 cents of the ultimate breakup songs.
Okay. Oof.
Oh boy, Kiara. So as we said, we got
God.
your universe where you now have to kind of make a decision. So we can't wait to hear what you decide on next week. So thank you everybody for listening. Tune in. Join the conversation. Peace.